Billy Batson.
Say my name so my powers become yours.
But I don't know your name.
Shazam.
Are you for real?
Say okay!
Shazam? Ah!
Oh, I said don't scream!
Victor! Victor!
No.
Victor!
It's me, it's Billy! It's Billy! You asked me, flight or invisibility, and I thought that was stupid, but now I look like this and I need your help. Oh, thank God!
Hey, stop right there. How do I know you're not a supervillain using telepathic abilities to make me believe that you're Billy? Huh?
What?
All I have to do is press dial on this thing.
No, I have proof, Here. Look, I lied, okay? I took your bullet. Oh, no! Oh, stupid adult hands! But you saw it, right? Look, Freddy, I swear, it's me, okay? Look, I know we're not really close friends or anything, but you're the only person that I know that knows anything about this Cape Crusader stuff.
It's Batman.
What?
Forget it. Can I...
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God!
That's crazy, right?
Okay. What are your superpowers?
Superpowers, dude? I don't even know how to pee in this thing.
Okay, can you fly?
Okay, let's do this. How do we do this?
Just like Superman it. Oh my God, obviously you have to jump. Come on.
How is any of this obvious?
Okay. Try to believe that you can fly. Okay, I read this deep dive into peer-reviewed studies about superpowers, and in 6 out of 10, belief is the key.
Belief. Okay. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I...
Did you believe?
Yeah!
You want to try invisibility?
How do I do... Forget it. You know, okay.
Oh my God! It worked! Where'd you go?
I'm right here. You can't see me?
Where? Where?
I'm invisible! I'm right here. I'm invisible!
Hey! Nice outfit, dipshit.
I might have been testing invisibility and super intelligence at the same time.
Freeman, I'm gonna come over there and beat you.
Oh my God! The lightning emblem! It was staring us right in the face the whole time!
Literally!
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. So they released an extended preview for the Shazam movie with a whole bunch of new footage that we'll break down, and early reviews are also out there starting to screen the movie, so we'll do a breakdown of that, and we have new details on the Black Adam movie. So there's a whole bunch of Shazam related stuff going on. It's all good, you'll be pleased to know. We'll do a new round of the IMAX ticket giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a Shazam comment on the video. I'll name a new winner at the end of this. The reason why we have the new Shazam footage is because they just released Aquaman on digital. I think it's hitting Blu-ray sometime soon too, but this was on that release. So it's just him getting his powers in the immediate scene after that where he goes straight to Freddie Freeman for help. Dude, you have to help me. And Freddie just totally freaking out because this is obviously real. The Justice League exists in this world, so superheroes' superpowers are real. That's why Freddie Freeman drops the reference about telepathy. How do I know that you're not a supervillain using telepathic abilities on me, making me believe that you're Billy? That's actually a Dr. Light reference. Even though Gorilla Grodd is a telepath, usually he uses his abilities to make people do things, not to fool people into believing that he's a superhero or someone else. He loses Freddie Freeman's Batman bullet from Batman v Superman down the drain. Stupid adult hands. That's actually a bullet that Batman fired at Superman during this scene here. Because superheroes are so common and people have gotten so used to the idea, it's turned into a cottage industry. So like you have scavengers that will go find stuff that the Justice League leaves behind after their big saves and try to sell it on eBay, which actually does sound like something that people would do in real life if these superheroes were real. Just literally sell anything that you could slap their name on or anything that they brushed past during a save. This is something that Superman touched while he was saving someone. $1,000 on eBay. For the most part, Freddie Freeman is the superhero expert just because he's such a fanboy early in the movie. Billy doesn't really start out in the movie believing in superheroes' power. Now, he knows that they're real, but he doesn't worship them like a lot of other kids would. Like, everyone would look up to Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, these characters. But Billy's life has been so crap up to this point. He's about 14 years old. He's a freshman in high school, so he's getting ready to turn 15. That's why in the other trailers you hear him talking to Dr. Savannah, I'm basically 15. His whole arc in the movie is just embracing that ideal, so the Shazam family is a big part of that. I'll talk about it in a second, especially when I start talking about the early reviews. And the music cue that you hear when he touches his lightning emblem sounds a lot like John Williams' Superman theme. That's definitely on purpose, because a lot of this movie is meant to be classic Superman mixed with Tom Hanks' Big. All the jokes about Freddy punking him, just telling him he needs to believe that he has superpowers, 6 out of 10 times, having superpowers is just about believing that you have superpowers, and then telling him he's totally invisible gives you a pretty good idea of their scene chemistry together. I feel like Dylan Grazer, that's who this Freddie Freeman actor is, has great scene partner chemistry with Zachary Levi, so they work really well together in scenes. But within the context of the Shazam character, one of the really cool things that he can do is cast regular magical spells, just like any other magical character in the DC universe like Zatanna. He's very, very powerful, so his abilities go beyond just the visual powers that you've seen in all the trailers. It's just that Billy Batson has no idea how to cast spells yet. So there's so many things that he'll discover he can do through the course of the film. It's just the really obvious ones that they start out with, like magical lightning. Oh, it was staring us in the face the whole time, or him trying to learn how to fly, or just learning that he has quote-unquote bullet immunity during the convenience store save. There's the way more complex abilities like the Wisdom of Solomon, things like that that'll come out a little bit later in the film, albeit in the same funny way that they discover these powers, like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that I had super speed. So the really cool thing that the studio just did, Warner Brothers, is that they screened the movie, or started screening the movie for critics, and it is way earlier than they usually screen movies for people, which gives you a pretty good idea for how the studio feels people are going to react to the movie. Because typically you hear about embargoes being like right before movies come out when studios aren't sure if a movie's going to do well. Like Sony would not let critics release their Venom reviews till like the day or two before Venom came out in theaters because they were so worried about what critics were going to say about that movie. They weren't quite so hard with critics on Aquaman, but they still made people wait till like the last possible minute before they released their reviews for that. But as you've probably seen the last couple of days, they've let critics start talking about Shazam a month before the movie comes out, which means that they are really, really confident that people will like the movie. So if you're really hoping for a solid DC movie that's really enjoyable, then you will probably enjoy Shazam. It's a little bit like Christopher Reeve's original Superman movie, Tom Hanks' Big, a little bit Goonies in there. Zachary Levi said that they wanted it to feel like a classic Steven Spielberg Amblin film. That's where you get a lot of the Goonies of it all, and that has a lot to do with the Shazam family, the kids, a group of kids. Like you have the It movie, which is a group of kids. You have Stranger Things, group of kids, which are all things that are riffing on classic Steven Spielberg films like E.T., just kids riding their bikes around, having adventures together. So there's a lot of that in the Shazam movie. As you've seen in all the trailers, it wears its heart on its sleeve, nails a lot of the character relationships, especially the Shazam family and Billy Batson's relationship with his own powers. It is a little bit over the top on purpose in a very self-aware way, the same way that some of the humor in Aquaman was way over the top on purpose. Shazam sells it just as well as Jason Momoa sold it during Aquaman, so if you enjoyed Aquaman and you thought that was a fun movie, then you probably won't have any problems with the jokes or the style of humor that Shazam goes with. As you've seen in a lot of the trailers, half of the fun of the movie is just how hard they lean on other DC movie references, and not just DCEU movie references like Justice League and Batman v Superman. That's a lot of it, but there's a lot of wider DC movie and TV shows baked into the movie. Like this funny scene from the last trailer with him throwing the Batman toy at Dr. Savannah where it says, "I'm Batman." That's actually Kevin Conroy's voice doing his version of Batman from Batman the Animated Series. So much of that stuff is baked into the movie. Some of it is more subtle than other references, and while they do make fun of a lot of the other bigger DC movies, they never demonize them or make fun of them in a really hateful way. They do a really good job of balancing the broader comedy. Like I said, there are a lot of really big jokes that they lean on during the film, but they balance that really well with the darker villain tone, which will help give you an idea for what future sequels will feel like when they try to cross the characters over with Black Adam, because his tone is way darker than any of this stuff. So they do have moments like that during the film that get a little bit darker. The director, David Sandberg, is mostly known for doing indie horror films just like James Wan before he did Aquaman. So when they do eventually get to Black Adam, it'll be a little more believable that you can have someone as crazy as that working with someone as light and broad as the Shazam character. And just in general, it feels like a really solid hit for them, but I will have to see the movie a couple more times before I do a real review. Moving into Black Adam movie territory, they're supposed to start shooting Black Adam March 2020, so about a year from right now as I'm posting this video, which means that the movie would come out during 2021 at some point. Websites have started reporting that the script supposedly features Hawkman and a few Justice Society characters including Atom Smasher and Stargirl, which if that sounds confusing, I think implies that it takes place in present day because of the Stargirl of it all. Hawkman can exist across eons because of his reincarnations, so he could be a character that has history with Black Adam, but since Hawkman is such a hardcore character, I think that just lets you know that the tone of Black Adam will be way darker and more hardcore than the Shazam movie. But I have zero opinion on Atom Smasher. The only live-action version of that character we've seen so far is on The Flash Season 2, and he was played by Edge from WWE. If you are a big fan of Jeff Johns' Justice Society run from the early 2000s, it seems like they might borrow a little bit from that for the Black Adam movie, but that's just an early report, so as we get more information about that, I'll post more videos. But I'm expecting by Comic-Con later this year, we'll get some solid info on what's going on with it. There'll be some new Marvel and Game of Thrones stuff posting soon. Leave all your DC video requests in the comments below. Congratulations, John P. You're the giveaway winner from my last big DC video. Please email me on the About page of my channel so I can get your details. Click here for my Captain Marvel post-credit scene video, and click here to learn why they're ending the Arrow TV show on DC TV. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.